Hey everyone, thanks for clicking. This is Rocky and I hope all is going well. Alright, so I'm not sure where time has gone, but it is quickly passing me by. So this video is going to be a bit of a catch-up video for episodes 4 through 7 of Marvel's Agent Carter. So I'm just going to kind of break down some of the big moments that happened in each one of those episodes and kind of go from there just to kind of catch up. So let's start with episode number 4, which was titled Smoke and Mirrors. One of the big themes of this episode was putting on and taking off masks. In Peggy's flashback, we see her put on the mask of the average and socially acceptable woman. Thankfully, her brother saw past this and pushed her to be who she was meant to be, a fighter. Sadly, it took his death to convince her to take off that mask and be herself. Then we have the young, brilliant, and misunderstood Agnes Cully. Her mom tried to hammer into her that nobody would care about how smart she was and only would care about how she looked. Agnes took this to heart as she journeyed to Hollywood and eventually put on a mask called Whitney Frost. These scenes were meant to strengthen the contrast of both characters, as well as being a nod to the comics, as Whitney Frost literally wore a mask as Madame Mask. Though now Agnes is finally taking off her mask as we see literal cracks in her face thanks to Zero Matter. Another big takeaway from this episode was seeing Agnes explore Zero Matter's effects on her body, and thanks to some rats and Mr. Hunt, she learns a strong degree of control in using it to kill or transport people to the Dark Force dimension, as that's kind of still up in the air at this point. Alright, moving on to episode 5, The Atomic Job. This episode had some really great moments as we learned that Wilkes is able to attract and absorb the Zero Matter from the tissue sample of the frozen Iodine scientist from episode 1, which means the team has a plan. All they have to do is steal a corpse. Agnes unfortunately wants the same thing, as she theorizes that the more Zero Matter she has, the stronger she'll become, which strikes all kinds of fear into Chadwick. In this case, Agnes wins, and we see her pull the dark matter out from the body, and now she wants nukes. I just love how the story is showcasing Agnes's analytic mind, as it only makes sense to use the same atomic bombs used in the original test to tear another hole in reality. Though we also see a growing obsession in her when it comes to Zero Matter, so at some point we will see her mentally break. We were treated to some fun scenes with Rose, as she finally gets some field action, as well as the SSR scientist that has a major crush on her. Jarvis and Sousa were great as always. I have to say I can't think of a more dramatic moment of the series that tops seeing Peggy fall and get impaled. Episode 6, Life of the Party. I have to admit, for the most part, this was my favorite episode, as it centered around Dottie, and she is such a great character. Her and Peggy have such fun together, and sadly do not get enough time on screen. Seeing Jarvis dealing with her had me laughing at almost every turn. Thompson continues to be used by the Council, and I honestly am not liking the direction of the character, and hope for a change soon. At least we learn he still respects Peggy on some level. Agnes makes major moves in her control of Zero Matter and as a character, as she wipes out over half the council, including her husband Chadwick, and she does it without touching them. Just how powerful will she become? We actually hear the Dark Force named by Wilkes in an offhand way, as we get more of a glimpse of it, as well as hear some voices. Possibly the people that Agnes has used her power on? I don't know yet. There is some advancement of the Sousa and Peggy ship, as he admits that his fiancée broke off the engagement as she knows Daniel loves Peggy. So a tiny bit of angst, but definitely tolerable. Finally, we have episode 7, Monsters. This episode was entertaining as we get to see Masters bow down to Agnes, and I loved it. I seriously hate Masters, especially after he had Sousa attacked and took over the SSR LA office. And that is thanks to great acting and amazing writing. We learn that Dottie is actually afraid of something, or actually someone, as Agnes unleashes Zero Matter on her and she breaks, spilling everything she saw and guessed about Peggy as well as Wilkes. Wilkes is able to contain himself thanks to some Zero Matter and a containment machine, and this actually impresses Agnes, and then she tries to kill him. To her surprise, Wilkes actually pulls zero matter out of her, and it seems to possibly give him increased strength, as well as he definitely becomes a lot more aggressive. It's pretty interesting that it's affecting both of them in different ways, and I look forward to seeing this be explored more, hopefully. Yeah, remember earlier I just mentioned about how dramatic Peggy's fall was? That was nothing compared to seeing Anna shot. The show better not kill her off, as she's a great addition to the cast, and I really love her character. Alright, so that kind of sums up what I consider the major events from episodes 4 through 7. This was just my way to kind of catch up, as I found myself a little bit behind. Overall, I am still really impressed with this season, as the level of writing has greatly improved, or maybe it's just a matter of everyone being more comfortable with the characters. Either way, it's just a vast improvement over season 1. Alright everyone, so those are some of my thoughts on those 4 episodes of Agent Carter. Go and let me know what you think of Agent Carter down below, or if you have any questions on any of the episodes or characters, go and put those down in the comments below as well. I would love having some conversations with you guys. What I would enjoy more than anything else though is for you guys to check out some more of my videos. On the screen I've got a couple links for you to follow, and those same links will be provided in the interactive card on the top right of the screen, as well as down in the description below. And if while watching you feel so inclined, definitely subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you on board, and if you have subscribed already, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you've been enjoying the videos. Alright, with all that being said, have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.